So finally, I think when I was in New York, I got to know that, but still, like he was saying, everything is okay. You just come. But finally, because by that time I called to few of my friends, they were not telling me. But finally, I got to know from them that he is no more. Okay. So then I think we boarded the flight from New York. We reached Delhi to Bhubaneswar, and finally we reached in at my home. Yeah, I mean that home in basically we reached in Bhubaneswar, not in our home in village. So that situation, like in India in Bhubaneswar, was kind of change, right? Like I never seen those things in my life in my kind of family, because this was kind of and nobody wants to see those scenario in your home, right? But I reached home. I saw, I think my father's brother and all, they were there. And I heard once I reached in Bhubaneswar airport when my brother-in-law basically received us from the airport with one of my friends. They told, like, communicated, right, to me, right, like we kept in freezer just for you, like once you came we'll do all of those things. A lot of things happened, like relatives in there, they tried to finish all of those things, but they kind of took a decision to keep them till I will reach, because I was the only son in the family. Though I don't kind of believe that, I have a separate kind of thought process on that. I will share those things in a next video. But finally, I reached. So that night, I think we stayed in Bhubaneswar itself, and on next day morning, that was I guess 16th morning, I guess we reached. Yeah, I think September. Yeah, I think September 19th, 17th around. I'm keep on forgetting. Forgive me if I'm saying the wrong dates. So we started from the. We went to hospital on the morning. So to take him with us to our village, that was in Baleswar district. I went to hospital. My brother-in-law was telling me like this things happened and all. I don't know how or why I am not able to cry. I mean, I reached home and I met everyone. Everybody were crying. My sisters, my mother, their relative, and my wife. I used to take care of our daughter also. Like I was looking at her also. My wife was taking care of mostly because I was busy with this all of those things. But on that day, I felt like some, because I mean in my entire family, my mother, my sisters, and everyone, the people who I liked most and the person with whom I had the deep connection was my father. Nobody else. I usually tell that with everyone. So, but I was not able to cry, and I didn't. I was feeling that, like, yeah, he is no more. We are going here. I was feeling everything, but something has happened. I don't know what was that, and if that happened to anyone else. Then we waited few times there. Then we started from there in that ambulance. I sat there in the back of the ambulance with him. He was kind of lying down there. So by that time, that was 3 hours, 3.5 hours of journey from Bhubaneswar to home. So we started. I used to get call. People in our home, they were ready. Like a lot of people, they came to see him. I started journey. I was sitting there. My uncle was sitting in that same ambulance in the front. We were talking, discussing a lot of things. I was talking normally. Like if somebody will record a video of mine at that time without showing the scene, you will. I guess you will not able to understand what has happened with me at that time. I was doing everything. I was doing perfectly everything. But yeah, in my mind, in my heart, that situation was different. That feelings was different. But I was doing everything. So finally, we reached in our home in my village by I think 10:30 around or something. There are a lot of people. I think they have already, did all the necessary things which needs to be done. A lot of people came at that time from our village, from his school, because he was a teacher. Like I think entire village, everyone has came. People came, people had crime, a lot of people outside. But still, I was feeling something different. I don't know what I was feeling. Okay, I was sitting and I was just checking with my wife, how is my daughter and all. Then all the rituals started from that day. Okay, like you have to. Everything step by step. You have to do all of those things. We started there. Then finally, I think that was the day. I think that day I did this. The next day I remember I started attending the meetings and I started working from there. And why I started, I still remember the expression my client had when I joined that meeting, because he knew, because I informed everyone while leaving from here. He was kind of in shock on that call. I still remember his face expression, that why I joined. But why I joined? Because I wanted myself to be busy on that, because I knew in the night I will not have that much sleep and all. So I started working in the night there, attending all the meetings and everything. All the things was going on, like we have to plan for the 10th, 11th, a lot of day, right? Like kind of you might be knowing, like you will have infinite numbers of rituals and all. Okay, so everything was going side by side. I was thinking about, okay, what I was planning by that time. I was thinking, right, okay, I was planning to come back. I was planning to stay with him. I was thinking what he told me, what like interaction I had with him from last few years, what he was meant for me, what I learned from him. All of those things were going in my mind on that day. All of those days. Okay. So, but one thing, till that time I was not crying. In front of anyone, even if in front of my wife or I was doing everything, like whatever has to do, all this preparation, everything. You have to call, invite everyone who for all of those rituals and all. And I started doing that. I was managing like all of those things. Then I think the day I remember when we have to be basically the 10th day, basically that rituals done. Then I back to home and I called my wife basically to one of the room. And I don't know why, that is the only time I started crying in front of her. So I understood one situation at that time. The men, right? They used to cry in front of only one person who they loved so much and who will not judge them. But I don't know why I was not crying. By that time I understood that might be I was trying to showcase myself a strongest person, emotionally and physically, everything. So I was not crying in front of anyone, and I was in a kind of impression, okay, I have to do a lot of things, I have to manage everything, I have to do this, I have to plan for this, I have my daughter, my wife, everyone's responsibility on me, my home I have to see, my job is there, I have to do that. So by all of those things, I was thinking like, okay, I have to be strong, right? That's why I think the reason was I was not crying at all. Then that is the only time basically in the entire this time I cried once. Then I think I we completed everything. We started spending time with my mother and everyone. So one thing after that I still remember. I mean, my father used to tell one thing to me every time when I was discussing with him when I used to go from here. He used to ask about flight, like how is the flight inside, what happened, what you will say. Because he had one dream. I don't know if it was a wish or dream or a kind of thing. He wanted to travel in flight once, but I mean, he couldn't able to do that. I couldn't able to fulfill his that wish. I tried last time when I went for my visa and all stamping to Calcutta. I was thinking like I'll take him, but there was a kind of advisory from his doctor not to travel due to this heart condition and all. But he used to like every time he used to say once I want to kind of sit in the flight. He even used to, when I was in Bhubaneswar, we used to go nearby that airport. He used to see the flights and all at that time. That is one thing I think he used to say me a lot of time. Like I wanted to see that flight. I traveled a lot, but still I think now I think I should have done that. Like if that's the problem, right? If I could have got a sense that yeah he will be not be there in next 6 months or 4 months, I should have tried that, might be. But yeah, that's how life is, you cannot do anything on that. So that was one thing I really kind of regret sometimes. And yeah, but that's how life is, right?